60 degrees. Just based off of how the glacier receded through this area, it left it in like a hook-shaped formation. So this one's Mount Leah. The next one is Mount Samson. It keeps going down to the very end of the lake. This lake is 22 kilometers long. It loops back around, and then, like I said, it's going to be surrounding us almost 360 degrees. So I'll put down the mic for a bit. I'll come around chit chat, and I'll pick up the mic again. So you're currently camping?
Yeah.
You're camping?
I will be camping this evening.
Oh, just
Yes.
soon. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, better dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like your first time camping or like?
Here is first time.
Oh, okay. Okay. Whereabouts are you coming from?
Ontario.
Ontario. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
It's really, like, the water here is really calm. Like,
No, it
unlike
is.
like Minnewanka.
Yeah, no, it depends on the day.
Oh, okay.
Like today's a pretty nice calm day.
Exactly, yeah.
But there has been very choppy days in the past.
Yeah.
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
2 days ago,
It's
it
really
was, we had
wavy.
white caps on here. Yeah.
Okay, okay. 'Cause, yeah, we went to the Devil's Gut, Devil's Gut thing, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then it's totally wavy that
Yeah.
time, so you can see the
Yeah.
nice view that time.
No, yeah.
This one.
Calm water. It's really nice. Aw.
And the booze are gonna be served? No.
Oh, sorry.
No, 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 no,
Don't
no.
have it.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, no.
Bring it
It was
on.
just like their I don't know, like their promotional.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they got like 3 courses of it.
Oh,
no,
okay.
6 courses.
Oh, wow.
It's
Like,
nice though.
was it similar?
Like
Like,
tasting and
yeah, no,
and stuff.
we used to do a high spirits cruise, but because of COVID,
Oh,
we
yeah.
stopped it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So they might bring it in the future, but it was like, yeah, it was around 6 courses.
Yeah.
You would have a different drink with each one,
Yeah.
and like it would be like a 2 hour long cruise.
Yeah, 2 hours. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
2 hours.
yeah. Yeah.
We stayed there around 15 minutes in the middle
Yeah.
of a wavy place. Yeah, but this is really calm. I really like it. Yeah.
I also like how this boat, like even when it is very choppy, it is still pretty smooth on this boat.
Yeah, this because it's a large one, eh?
Yeah, it just cuts through very nicely.
Yeah. It's yeah, it's so cool.
Well, if you enjoy it.
Yeah, just like yeah. Thanks for the captain. She allowed us to put the one.
Yeah, I was wondering what's going on there. I
Is,
was like,
is
oh,
your
what?
new device there?
Yeah. I was like, this is new, and I was like, hello. What's going on here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think like you can actually see what the camera is seeing on the front of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
I was thinking to put it there at the front, but it's
Yeah.
it's on the way at the captain.
And now
Yeah, she
she
can
gets
see.
view.
She need a view. You need a view. Yes. Yep. Yep. Yep.
No, some of our captains in the past, like I think there's like a GoPro connection piece on one of the boats.
Yeah.
On the top.
Yeah, the
Oh, I
top
love
of
that
it.
one, yeah.
Yeah, because one of our captains wanted to like do like a video all the way out. I
Uh-huh.
don't know what boat that is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So this one has no
Yeah.
mounting thing at the
No.
top. Oh, yeah, because yeah, that would be great if the
Yeah.
mountain stuff.
Well, a lot of
Yeah.
people, yeah, they just want to see what the captain sees because she's got
Yep.
the best seat in the house.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know.
know.
You got the special seat there.
Gotta be special.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah,
But
the-
lots of responsibilities
it's
here.
true.
There is.
True.
I know. I'm
True.
full of responsibility.
But Jasper is so nice though. Like I was here last summer for the band,
Oh,
and I was just like, oh, I wanna come back again. Okay, let's go, come back again.
Yeah, let's go.
This fall, alright. It was really a good timing for the change of color, the leaf.
Yeah.
I can see other color though. What's happening? It's only yellow.
Yeah, we only get yellows out here. Reds, we don't have the maple leaves and all that. I don't know what other plants turn red.
I mean, some of our bushes turn red, but it's
Yeah.
nothing like the maple leaves. Like it's
Uh-huh.
not that bright, fiery red. It's
Yeah,
more
yeah,
like a
that
deep,
one.
like burgundy red and like the underbrush. but-
Yep, yep.
No, it's still stunning though with the yellow.
Oh, it's still starting. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting a little bit further down the lake, slowly getting surrounded by the Queen Elizabeth Mountain Range. So again, we got Mount Samson over here on the left-hand side. Mount Unwin over here on the right. You might see a couple of clearings within the trees. These are avalanche chutes, and you might also notice a tad bit of fall colors happening at the moment. Absolutely stunning, these yellows. The road coming up here is also quite gorgeous. So, despite this rugged terrain, people have frequented this area as far back as 8,000 years ago. You have the Stony, the Cree, and the Blackfoot. Proof of this, actually a couple of years ago, so Parks Canada, they have trail crew workers that go all around the park to help maintain the trails. If there's any fallen down trees, they'll cut them up and put them out of the way. But during one of their little trips up the Bald Hills, they actually stumbled across a rock that looked a little bit different to the surrounding rocks up there. And on further inspection, as well as going to the museum in Jasper, they found out that was actually a spearhead from one of those indigenous groups that used to frequent this area. They had it sent it away in order to see how old it was, and it dates back to 8,000 years ago. Now the cruises up here, they only started up in the 1920s. So prior to that, it was pretty much just the indigenous that used to frequent this area. So again, you have the Stonies, the Cree, and the Blackfoot. Now, we know most about the Stonies, not as much about the Cree and the Blackfoot. And what's really interesting is that all of this information is really fresh to us. So when I first started doing these cruises, people were actually allowed on Spirit Island. We didn't know how sacred the island was to the Stonies until 5 years ago. I'll talk further about this on the way back. But what's really cool is that the Stonies, they have shared a bit of information to us. And they told us that, so this lake, we call it Moline Lake, but they actually call it 3 different names. So first off, Moline, if anyone's curious where that name came from, it all dates back to the late 1800s. You have this gentleman, a missionary traveling through the area. His name was Father Pierre Jean de Smet. He wanted to cross that turbulent river that you guys ran parallel to on the way up here. He was warned not to. He did so anyways and lost all of his stuff. So within his journal, he cursed the river, saying it was a travaux malign, an evil crossing. And then later on, in the early 1900s, you have Mary Schaefer coming into the scene. She just wanted to travel through this area, but just from that, later on, she lobbied to have this place included in the national park, and due to that, she was later requested to come out here in 1911 to survey the lake, name these features around this lake. But sadly, I don't think she spoke a word of French. And she probably stumbled across that journal. So to just kind of correlate things together, she called it Moline Lake. But the Stonies call this place Taba Ibne, which translates to Great Beaver Lake. It does not refer to the beavers in this lake. It refers to the beaver family within the Stony group, a very prominent family. They also call this lake Lake of Healing Waters and Lake of Deep Waters. Now, I'll continue with that shortly, but first off, I just want to point out a couple of glaciers because we are getting into glacier territory. So just over there on the left-hand side, you can see tinge of blues coming out from the snow. That is the Moline Glacier. That's one of our larger glaciers that surrounds our lake. It may not look too impressive because we are quite far away from it, but also we're barely seeing any of this glacier right now. Maybe around 5% of it. Some of our boat captains, they're quite adventurous and they climb these mountains in the summertime. Maybe for a good month, there's no snow on top of these mountains, typically in late July to maybe early August. But supposedly from the top of Mount Sampson, this glacier kind of looks like a hand going over the mountains, and we're only seeing the tip of the finger. Now there's going to be another glacier slowly appearing on our right-hand side. That one is the Charlton Unwin Glacier. Now continuing back to the name of this lake. So again,